We are back now with a story of generosity and change this holiday season. A Hampton man battled addiction for years, landing him behind bars multiple times.
But he vowed to make a change to improve his life and the lives of those around him. 10 on Your Side's Jon Dowding shares the story of how he's working to take back his community, one meal and one toy at a time.
Delvin Moore always had a love for cooking, but he never saw it as more than just a passion. He took a culinary training class before he went to jail for the last time a few years ago. Once he got out, he decided to try out his passion as a career. Now he wants to make sure people know it's never too late to make a change.
There's no way to be successful behind bars.
It's a lesson Delvin Moore learned the hard way after battling alcohol addiction for years.
I was going back a year here, 18 months there, 6 months. I was get out, be home for about 6 months, get locked back up.
Before his last arrest, he enrolled in a culinary training program at the Virginia Peninsula Food Bank and swore he would change his life once he got out of jail. His first step towards doing that was to stop drinking.
Once I decided that I stopped drinking alcohol, everything fell into place for me. My entire life changed. With women, money problems, no more jail, of course.
He started working in different restaurants after he got out. He loved cooking, but started to second guess working as a chef until he got a job doing large-scale catering at the Virginia Beach Convention Center. But then his life was hit with more changes.
We did one big event, and 3 days later, COVID happened. So I went home and I started cooking at home.
Quarantine didn't stop him from cooking or believing he could cater events on his own. So that's exactly what he did. He created his own business, Savor of Elegance, as a personal chef and caterer, and it's taken off.
I like the versatility of the different things that I can make. And I just like to see the smiles on people's faces when they eat my food and they actually just love it.
But Delvin's dedication isn't just to his new business or cooking. He's also giving back to the community as much as he can.
I took away from the community for so long. When I got the opportunity to give back, that's just what I wanted to do.
Chef Delvin will be 8 years sober in April, and this month he held his 5th annual Christmas toy drive in Hampton. He also made meals for the Hampton Sheriff's Office, the same people who locked him up years prior. Delvin says it's all about being a good role model for the kids in the community, something he didn't have growing up.
Those guys didn't come back and give back to the community, host toy drive, and things of that nature. So I wanted to make a change in my community.
Outside of the kitchen, he's even training to be on American Ninja Warrior. Between cooking, training, and giving back, Delvin says it's never too late to make a positive change.
It's never too late to get back up. The only time it's too late is either if you're dead or you're locked up. Other than that, it's never too late to get back up and to pursue your dreams.
Chef Delvin is also organizing more community events in the new year. Find out when they are and how you can support his efforts over at WAVY.com. I'm Jon Dowding, 10 on Your Side.